The Chicago Bulls get a win in their fourth Summer League game, led surprisingly by DJ Steward. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun. We're also going to talk about Josh Giddey's Olympic performance, all that and more right after this.
Tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. Let's go ahead and get into it for today. So the Bulls played their fourth Summer League game. We got one more game on the docket, I believe, against the Los Angeles Lakers, because you face off against Bronny James. But in this game, our boy Modest Bucilis actually came off the bench in this game. He still played 29 minutes, albeit in an overtime game. Not the greatest stat sheet from him. I want to be upfront with it. He was 4 of 17 from the field, 1 of 6 from three-point range. He scored 11 points, 5 steals, 1 block, 2 rebounds. He also had 5 turnovers in this game. Not the greatest game for Bucilis. Now, it may be due to him coming off the bench. That's not really the rhythm he's been playing in. It's kind of either near here nor there with that for me. You guys can let me know what you think about it. I know a lot of people are going to have think pieces on the fact that Bucilis just did not score close to 20 points per game, 20 points in this game. But it was a rocky game for him. And you could tell that rhythm maybe have been off. He was trying to do some weird things out there. But when you look at this game, this was led mainly by DJ Steward, who is a player with no contract. He's not even on a official two-way or G League contract right now. But 37 points from him, going 11 of 19 from the field, 8 of 14 from three-point range, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 turnovers in the game, but 37 points is major. And then our boy Adama Sanogo as well in this game, 17 points from him. He had the highest plus-minus of plus 22, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 1 assist from Adama Sanogo. He had a really big game as well with his impact that he made on the floor. And then Jullian Phillips, 6 for 10 from the field, 4 7 from three-point range, 3 steals, 1 blocks, 2 rebounds, 21 points from Jullian Phillips. And, I like to highlight the players that we know are probably going to be on the Bulls next season. And in this game, Adama Sanogo, Jullian Phillips, they both played. Jullian Phillips played over 30 minutes. Adama Sanogo was right around 28. But the way that these guys played outside of the box score, right? Because what have I been preaching? It's about the process, not necessarily the stats. And the process, Jullian Phillips, again, activity. And when you look at the Bulls who are trying to theoretically play at a faster pace going forward, Jullian Phillips in this game showed how he could thrive in a game like that. And, especially with, DJ Steward as the point guard in the rhythm that he was in, there could be a lot to be said about the fact that that Jullian Phillips playing with the Josh Giddey, the Ayo Dosunmu off the bench, that could do a lot for him. So we'll see what ends up rolling out with that one. Love the way that those two guys played. Adama Sanogo just understands how to be a big man so well. That's the thing about Adama. He just, whether he's getting switched on guards or whatever, he understands how to be a big man. That's something that as a backup you love in this modern NBA, right? Because you don't have a lot of just traditional, just big guys who are just strong. He doesn't even have the traditional size. He's barely 6'9", but he is a big guy who just understands how to play. Jullian Phillips showed a little bit of that dog in him today. And Modest Bucilis, like I said, left a lot to be desired coming off the bench tonight. But it seemed like they may have kind of told him to take it easy. I would not be surprised if Bucilis ends up sitting in the last Summer League game as well. But we'll see what happens with that one. But overall, really good game, fun game to watch as well. I don't know when's the last. So we saw 2 things that you don't see too much happen in Summer League. We saw it going to overtime, which their overtime rule is weird, but I kind of like it though. And then on top of that, we saw a technical foul called in the Summer League game, which is another crazy thing. So overall, though, from Adama, from Jullian Phillips, really like what we saw from these guys, and I think at this level of competition, you've seen basically everything. See, it's little details, man. It was off just a hair. It was going to drive me crazy. Anyway, but you like to see these type of guys that you're hoping to be able to contribute to your team, they should look like they're kind of above this level of competition, and they did that pretty well today. So overall, really like what we've seen. This has been a successful summer league period for really the three players on this roster that we hope to eventually to get some minutes for the Bulls. All really have had a good summer league so far. So we got one more summer league game tomorrow against the Cavs. We'll be live for that game, of course. Well, after the game, you guys know I don't do live calls. So we'll be live after that game for sure. But the guys that you really want to see the most growth and development from, I honestly would have loved Dalen Terry to be on this summer league team. I understand going into his third year while he's not. But overall, I can't say enough how Modest Bucilis continues to show that he's going to be ready, right? And he's not going to be asked to do a whole lot. It's not like we're going to be running the offense through him, but for what he brings as far as ball handling, getting to the mid-range, not backing down, those type of things, the steals, the weak side blocks, Modest Bucilis has a lot that you can look at that can contribute to the Bulls coming off the bench next year. And then, of course, Jullian Phillips, a second-round draft pick by the Chicago Bulls. They traded 2 second-round picks to get him. He's had an extremely good summer league, in my opinion, as well. And then Adama Sanogo has just really picked up from where he left off last G League season, and just has continued to show that he is ready. Like, in my opinion, he's ready. And I know I'm not saying that means that he's like ready to be this huge player in the NBA, but I do think he's ready for a shot to see what he can bring. There's only so much I think that he's still going to be able to get out of G League next season. I know that's where he's primarily going to be playing, but I just look at it and say, hey, this is a time where he's shown you basically what else do you want to see from the kid, right? That's the question. What else do you want to see from Adama Sanogo? He's shown you that he can score. He's shown you that he can rebound. He's shown you that he can block shots. He's shown you that he got his body ready for the NBA. That his foot speed has increased pretty decently as well. Like, what else do you want? What else do you want from him? So that's something to look at, I think, as we go forward in this as well. But when it comes down to it, like I said, I like a lot from what we've seen from these guys, and I, for one, hope that it continues as well. But outside of that, though, we also got to talk about the Olympic game that Josh Giddey had today, because I also want to talk about that. Josh Giddey having a really good game overseas and continues to show what he can bring to the Chicago Bulls next year. Now, I get it. His season ended bad in OKC. And I know a lot of Bulls fans have used that to say, what is he going to bring over here? But I think when you look at, he was in a similar situation to what Vooch and DeMar kind of were, in the sense that one of the guys is going to take the hierarchy, but they both like to take their shots and things from the same place. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is clearly a better player than Josh Giddey and should be prioritized over that. But Josh Giddey now coming here and being able to play point guard, I like what we're seeing from him over in Olympic play. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and he easily probably could have had another 3 or 4 assists, but his teammates just couldn't hit the shot. Like what we're seeing there from Josh Giddey overseas, and I continue to be impressed with how I can see this roster fitting together going into next season, to see why the Bulls looked at Josh Giddey and said we'd rather have Giddey than getting a late first-round pick. So I can see all that stuff and why the Bulls may have looked at it that way. Not to say that some picks still wouldn't have made it feel better, right? But I think that overall, Josh Giddey is going to be a player that offensively, right? We can talk about the defense another time, but offensively, as a point guard who can run the show, who's going to put players in the best situations, who's going to get the ball to players as long as they're moving without the ball, cutting to the rim. Josh Giddey continues to surprise me and show some things. Who says I'm locked out? Oh, I didn't even see Dub there. My bad, Dub.
What up, though? What up, though? How you doing, man?
When you join, my bad, bro. What's good?
Yeah.
What's going on,
What's
bro?
up? What's up, man? I hear you talking about Giddey. I want you to continue to cook. I want to add a little bit to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just with Josh Giddey, like watching him over in the Olympics, and I know the international basketball is a much different game, right? But when you look at the things like I said with Summer League, you're looking at the process, not necessarily the result. But Josh Giddey's understanding of what defenses are trying to do, and even if you don't look at the assist number per se, when I've said before that he's in the 90th percentile at creating open shots for his teammates, it's because he sees what the defense is doing and he moves he basically manipulates the defense to move the way that he wants them to. And that's why I think it's going to be really important for players to play and move off ball. Zach, as long as he's here, Bucilis, Io DeSumo, Kobe, if he grows his off-ball game. These players, Jalen Smith, right? I would have loved to see Andre Drummond still be here, but
Absolutely.
the way that Josh Giddey identifies that, okay, this is where the zone is at the defense. Let me penetrate, move here, and as long as this guy cuts, I'm going to get him to pass over the top. You can see those wheels turning in Josh Giddey's head. Not a high defensive IQ player, but you can see Josh Giddey has an extremely high basketball IQ for how to be a point guard, and I think that we're gonna kind of be impressed in what he does there. But go ahead, you said you had something to add to it.
Yeah, I just want to add this about Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey, I think he's 21 years old. Josh Giddey, or is he 20? 21 years.
He'll be
21
22
years
at the
old.
start of the season. Yeah.
Now, this kid is supremely talented, especially when it comes to offensive IQ in the playmaking department. He has two elite advantages against the opponent. That is his offensive IQ and his size.
Yeah.
He is a giant. He is big. He was moving Anthony Davis in that game they just played against USA, taking him right into the basket. And I'm going to tell y'all, we got him at the best possible situation.
Yeah.
OKC felt like he wasn't bad, but they have two better players on their team. And Jalen Williams is an ascending player as well, a nice young ascending player. But this kid is good too. Now, that's going to put a spark under his ass. Like, oh, y'all just going to throw me to the side like I'm just trash.
Yeah.
I think this season you're going to get the best from Josh Giddey. And with all the tools that he has, with his size, he's enormous. He's enormous. I just remember him playing against Ayo, and Ayo had no chance a couple seasons ago trying to guard this kid.
Yeah.
He's going to be amazing. I'm telling y'all right now, do not discount this kid. He has a lot of talent and a ton of motivation to prove that he is an upper echelon player in this game. He's not just a role player or something like that in his head. He think he's one of the best players in this league, and he's going to try to prove that this upcoming season.
Yeah, and I think we're in a position where we still don't have a whole lot of 3-point shooting, so that is a bit of concern, right? But you have players that have a more well-rounded offensive game that him as a point guard. And don't get me wrong, I know modern day basketball, you like your point guard to be able to shoot threes. You like them to have kind of more isolation scoring ability. That is what it is. But as a point guard and doing that role, I like Josh Giddey may be the best that we've had at that since Lonzo Ball. And even then, Lonzo Ball didn't, I think people kind of overstate how much Lonzo Ball got to do in the half court. He didn't even get to do a whole lot in the half court. The fact that we brought in Josh Giddey and we've gotten rid of DeMar DeRozan and let him go and go somewhere else. Josh Giddey's his half court creation is going to be the thing that he has to focus on. And for what I'm seeing, objectively, just looking at his game, he's going to be one of the best that we've had at that in quite a while.
Yeah. And can I just challenge that 3-point shooters on a team? Now let's think of the 3-point shooters we got. Ayo's over 40%. We got Patrick Williams. He's over 40%. Zach LaVine, he can, career close to 40% from the 3-point line. Jalen Smith, he's a 40% 3-point shooter.
Not volume though. He takes two.
But he just give him 40%. And then if Lonzo's right, 40%.
Listen, you can't bet on Lonzo, bro.
I understand if he's right. I'm just saying if he's right, Drill. If he's right, how much?
But here's the thing, though. Here's what I'll say to that is that you're just looking at the percentages, sure, and maybe because we do have an actual point guard who can also penetrate and get those people on the perimeter.
And no DeMar, just to cut you off, no DeMar.
That's true. But here's my thing: everybody that you name, but Jalen Smith has been here already, and we've still been at the bottom of the league in 3-point shooting attempts. I'm just saying
that's true. But with DeMar.
That's true. So that is a different look. That's why I said and DeMar, he did a lot in the half court, but DeMar's a great passer, but he's not a playmaker. Those are very different things, right?
No. Yeah,
Josh Giddey can create plays with how he moves. And so maybe the 3-point shooting is better. I'm just going off of what we've seen from the Bulls historically. And since so much of this roster is the same, right? Because we've changed a lot, but a lot of it is still the same pieces. I have to see it. That's what I'll say is I have to see it.
It's definitely proven. Then you got Jullian Phillips. She cannot even mention Dalen Terry. I don't want to mention him, but he's gonna chuck him up.
Well,
He gonna mess them up.
I'm not worried about Dalen Terry as much shooting. The key to me is that if Jullian Phillips 3 is there.
Oh yeah. It's looking good for this kid. He had a good game this last game right here. I think he had like 4 threes in this game. So it's a lot of young talent on this team. It's gonna be more fun to watch the Bulls this season.
I think that the Bulls are going to be this right now without seeing this team and how it's going to get together. But looking at it on paper, I would not be surprised if the Bulls are one of those teams that are in a lot of games but lose a lot of close games as they're having people learn how to close, right? And that's fine to me. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls, for example, have a lot of games where you look back and they're like, damn, they lost that one by 5 points. They lost that one by 3 points. They lost that one by 6 points. And we're like, it just came down to them learning down the stretch. But that's what you want from a young team, right? You want them to be learning on the fly. And the difference is that now DeMar isn't there as the safety net. Y'all going to have to learn how to step up.
Yeah, bro. That's what's really, they're going to have to learn on the job. And DeMar really like put him on their back, put the team on his back when it came to closing situations. So they're definitely going to have to learn. When you look at some players that probably can fill that void of DeMar DeRozan not being here to close the game, you look at a guy like Kobe. Can you think he can handle that? Kobe had a great year, great comeback year last year, but are you really sure? I don't think you can be. I'm not confident saying that Kobe's going to be able to handle that right away. I think he might have to take a couple lumps. Who else is on the team that you can rely to do that?
Well,
Zach,
the thing is that the thing that if we're being objective about Kobe White, the thing that he did struggle on is when defenses started game planning for him. Now, he could very well grow from that. That's basically what he's going to be working on this offseason. Like, that's what he's working on. He said it. He said it at the end of the season. That's the thing that he needs to focus on. And if he comes in there and does that, cool. But I even think that when you look at it this way, is that this is going to be a hungry team. Everybody on this team has been doubted at some point. Kobe, 3 years ago, a lot of these same Bulls fans saying, oh, we can't move Kobe. We're saying we should have moved Kobe for a power forward.
Absolutely.
Patrick Williams has got nothing but doubt around him right now. Io's from Chicago. He's always going to have a chip on the shoulder. It is what it is there. So you know that. Busilis is just like that. He's a living chip on his shoulder. Like, he just takes his dude's petty. So it's going to be, and Josh Giddey, as you mentioned, there's going to be a lot of guys out to prove what they can bring. And since we're starting off this season, and I know you're going to hate this, still with Vooch as the starting center and Zach LaVine here. This team, I would not be surprised, and I've said this multiple times. If this team has 35 wins, it's better than the 39-win team last season because you're doing that with mainly young guys who are figuring it out.
Absolutely.
So
100% correct. Now, can I ask you this question, Drip? And this might sound a little funny. Could we actually be a deep team, but very inexperienced?
I think that's a fair statement because when you look at it, our starting five, Giddey, Kobe, Zach, Patrick Williams, Vooch, right? Then when you're coming off the bench from that, you got Ayo, who I'm not going to lie to you. I know some people are like, I can't believe y'all benching Ayo. I love the concept of Ayo being the first guard off the bench and the leader off that bench. I love that idea. He's going to be great in that role. You got Ayo Dosunmu. You got Modest Busilis, who are definitely going to be coming off your bench. Torrey Craig there as the veteran. Who else am I missing? Julian Phillips as somebody who's trying to prove themselves. Dalen's going to get some minutes. And then you still got to look at like Chris Duarte. While I don't really have high expectations for Chris Duarte, I know some people do. He's also somebody who's going to be looking to prove, hey, y'all loved me my rookie year.
Yeah.
Let's get back to that. So we'll see, man.
It is like a redemption team. We got a little redeem team over here in Chicago.
I mean, something like that.
Yeah, they got to prove
they got Billy Donovan still coaching them, so take that.
He went and hired his son. It's the craziest thing.
It's crazy.
But look, I'm gonna be very excited to see this team because it's a lot of new. I like new shit, and I think they gonna play new. I think gonna play a new way. We gonna see them run up and down the floor. I'm not just trying to dump on DeMar DeRozan. But it's just going to be a different type of play without that guy on the team. He is a half court, he's deliberate to on his moves to score baskets. So this is going to be exciting, man. You got stories. Is Lonzo going to be good? What's going to happen to Zach? Giddey, he trying to, you know what I'm saying? I think he might end up averaging 10 assists. That'll be his first time in his career. He got a chance. He got high flyers. He got high flyers, and he got some shooters too. Ain't no telling, bro. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, this is gonna be a team that tries to get out and run, and I'm not mad at that at all. And I hope that they're when you look at it, Iowa was our best player in transition last year.
Absolutely.
And now you add a point guard like Josh Giddey as well. Like we're gonna solid. And I think when you look at how we played in December after DeMar and Zach were down, that's more similar to what we're gonna try to play this whole season, in my opinion. So I think that's gonna be a fun brand of basketball for sure.
Yeah, and you just add a elite playmaker to that team when we was without DeMar and Zach. Elite, and we was already good without that because we didn't have a guy that can set up people really and get good shots and open shots. You know what I'm saying? But now we do, and none of those. Well, Zach will be here, but I think Zach is going to be on his best behavior. I think he's going to be a team player. This is really going to be, to me, it's going to be an audition for Zach. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be out here on his best behavior. So I'm excited, bro. I don't give a damn what y'all say. I don't care if they win 30 games. I don't give a damn. But I just want to see the young kids play.
It's going to be a fun season, man. It could be a bit of a stressful season as well as far as the wins, but we'll see what comes down with that, man. I know you popped in on the Giddey talk. How do you feel about overall, right? Not just this game, but the summer league from the three Bulls that we're hoping gets minutes next year? Buzelis, Jullian Phillips, Adama Sanogo. How do you feel about their summer league so far?
I'll just start with Sanogo. Sanogo, I always loved Sanogo since last year. Since UConn. He's a winning player. His game is like very basic, if you want to say, but it's very important. He's a big guy. He's an OG big guy. He's going to stick in the paint. He's going to get rebounds. He's going to post up. He's going to turn around and go over his left shoulder. That's what he does, and you're not going to be able to move him. I'm like him. He's solid, nothing too special. He's never going to be garbage because he's just, Adama. I mean, Jullian Phillips. He had a good start to the summer league, and then it looked like he tried to do extra shit. Like he tried to trash shit in the second game. He tried to get out of the box a little bit, but then this game right here, he kind of fell back to what he can do well. And I think that's a 3-and-D player that's uber athletic that can also go and get you some rebounds if you need it. So I still like him. He's still young. He can actually add on to his game as the years go by. But right now, he's a solid 3-and-D player if he sticks to that and not try to do too much, like trying to drive. You see, every time he tried to drive in a game a couple games ago, he was losing the ball. He's not ready for that type of shit yet. But let me get to Matis. Matis is a killer. He's an absolute killer, and he's going to tell you about it every step of the way. Matis Buzelis is going to be a player in this league. I don't know if it might not be this year. It might not be the next year, but very soon he's going to be a problem for the NBA. He got the perfect combination of skill set, size, and attitude. He's going to be a killer. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yeah, Buzelis is, once I heard that he was as well, like he was spending his offseason watching tape of Andre Karolinko. I'm like, this kid gets it, bro.
Yeah.
He just gets it, man. Like I would be really shocked if Buzelis didn't end up turning into a high-level role player at minimum, bro. Like,
at the minimum. That's minimum, bro.
Yeah, he has an understanding. And the thing that I looked at coming into that draft process, right? Before I even knew the Bulls were gonna have it, when I was doing my player profiles, the thing that I always went back to is how successful can this kid be if his 3-point shot never turns out? That's the thing that I always try to look at is like, okay, yes, if he turns into a 3-point shooter, you can see all this thing working out to him, 3 level score, all that. But if his 3-point shot never comes along, how effective can he be the other things he does in the game of basketball? And seeing him in summer league, the way that, like, his dribble, even in me watching tape of him, I had no idea his dribble was that good at that size. With that dribble, that ability to get to the rim, and the athleticism that he has, at bare minimum, Matis Buzelis, like I said, is going to be one of those energy guys, the way that he blocks shots, and as he fills out his frame, I honestly think Buzelis is probably going to be a pretty damn good defender. Not lockdown, but he's going to be a pretty damn good defender when it's all said and done. So I think that if that 3-point shot does end up rounding out for him with all those other things that I just mentioned, we got us one. That's all I can say.
Oh,
We got us a building block.
Let me ask you this question, and I think this is a really quick and straight to the point question. You see, it's a difference between confidence and cockiness. Now, Derrick Rose was a very confident player.
Yeah.
I think Montes is a cocky player, but I don't see it as a negative. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think he's both, to be honest with you. I think he is a confident and cocky player. I think he's confident as hell because I think he understands the work that he puts in, but he also is somebody who, to me, the cockiness is bad when you think it's all on you. Like, Bucelis is somebody who he loves his teammates. He wants his teammates to help his teammates get better around him as well, and he wants to help his teammates. So I think that that's always going to be something that works well for Bucelis. I think that the attitude that he has, the kind of arrogance that he has to a degree, is just honestly, every basketball player that wants to be great should have a little bit of that. And he has.
Thank you.
That's it.
I ain't have to add to that because that's what I wanted you to say. Yeah. If you want to be great, you have to have an arrogant and a cocky, and nobody can see me on this court attitude, bro. You have to have it, bro.
Yeah. The only player that recently that I think that didn't have that a little bit of cockiness was still ended up being great was Kawhi Leonard. That's the only player that I could think of.
That mother, he cocky. he cocky, bro.
I guess it's just that he just doesn't talk.
He don't talk. He's real quiet with it, but he's cocky, man. I'm looking at this. It's gonna be hard for Billy Donovan. You trust him with this roster we got coming up? Like, it's some kids gotta play. It's some kids gotta play. Do you trust him?
I'll say this: if you go back to the play style that Billy Donovan had, that one year he had Shea, and the years that he had Chris Paul, I can see the style working. I just don't know if I trust Billy Donovan to put these young players in a situation that is going to be best suited to their strengths. I see him having a system and trying to run that system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just not confident, bro. I always say, Joe, if it's immediate and I have an answer right away, then I'm going to roll with it. But I don't have an answer if Billy D is the right man to do this job, but nevertheless, he's going to be the coach this upcoming season. We got a lot of young, exciting players. I think the style of play is going to be exciting. I think the United Center is going to be jumping. And I think, Bucelis, he's going to – this kid, man, it's been a long time since I seen this on the Chicago Bulls, this type of attitude right here, bro. And with the game to match. When is the last time we had this? Artest?
Oh, JK, you tripping, bro. John Stockton was one of the cockiest motherfuckers.
You tweet.
Stockton was a cocky. Now I'll give you Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was he was quiet with it, but you can see during the game Tim Duncan did some petty things from time to time. But John Stockton, no, that's the wrong one, bro. Yeah, that's the wrong one, bro. John Stockton was one of those people who was cocky with his own team. Go and listen to those old Utah Jazz players talk about John Stockton in practice and come back to me, man.
Yeah, bro. Excellence. It's hard to deal with excellence. I'm gonna tell you that for sure. It's hard to deal with excellence.
That's a fact. Oh man. Any last thoughts, C-Dub, before we get up out of here, man?
Hey man, we got Bronny coming in. We got Bronny. Bronny's next, Drip.
You mean young Javon Carter?
Young Javon Carter, bro. That would have been dope if him and Javon Carter could have battled, bro, in the summer league. I think he should have played. Javon Carter should have played summer league. I ain't even capping. He was trash last season, bro. You gotta get right.
Disrespectful that would be to like an 8-year vet. What is he? 6-7 years he's going on to say come play in summer league, bro.
Bro, he disrespected us for putting that shit on the court last year. How many times he threw that damn ball up on top of the backboard, behind the backboard? How many times he missed wide open fast break layups? Bro, that's not professional, bro. You should have played summer league, gang. Get right.
That's hilarious, bro.
DJ finna kill. Hey, but DJ on some real shit. DJ finna kill Bronny tomorrow, bro. DJ Steward.
Bro,
kill Bronny.
DJ Steward is probably gonna embarrass Bronny tomorrow.
He finna kill Bronny tomorrow.
He's probably gonna. Bro, it's
finna be ugly, bro. He had a couple good games, Bronny. The last 2 games he had 12 and 13, but he finna get killed right now, bro. He finna get killed.
Don't nobody give a shit about Bronny James 12 and 13.
Nobody care. He sound like his daddy too. It's kind of
he does.
He
really
sounded
does.
Eerie, bro.
Except he has none of the skill.
None. Zero, bro.
Man, Bronny James is like somebody try to draw LeBron James from memory, bro. Like he's just
never,
bro.
What?
Brian Scalabrine was a better player than Bronny James.
Oh shit! Damn, Drill.
Scalabrine would cook Bronny James. Now, to this day, what is Scalabrine like? 42 years old. He would cook Bronny to this day.
Damn, hold on. But Bronny's like 19 or something. Scalabrine like 50.
Cook.
Damn, who get ball first?
It don't matter.
Scalabrine. No, it gotta be Scalabrine. That's the only way he cooking Bronny. That's it.
Cooked.
Bro, he 19, Drill.
He can get better. I'm talking about right now. I don't care what he does. I'm talking right now.
Okay.
Right now, bro.
I ain't gonna dismiss it.
Campaign could cook Bronny James, bro.
Yeah, he'll cook the shit out of
like,
yeah,
come on.
Cam, kill him. He'll kill him, man. Cam's garbage to me. But he'll kill Bronny. For sure. No doubt.
It's sad, bro. It's just
once again, we appreciate you, Drip, for earlier today. Appreciate you.
Oh, you already know, bro. I'm always gonna always gonna hold it down, bro. Like this is if I see the fam, I'm always gonna. You had Do-Rag Haize on the show.
Yeah, y'all missed the Do-Rag.
That's a one every 2 year thing. So you know you only get so you know.
Hey, we doing copyrights. No screenshots. We busting copyrights. My bro don't want nobody to see the Do-Rag. So we busting copyrights. Don't do it. Hey,
all right, man.
One more. Would Kennedy Carter kill Bronny?
Kennedy Carter would absolutely cook Bronny James, bro. He may give up basketball, bro. Marina Mabry would cook Bronny James.
She'll cook Bronny, bro. She'll cook his ass.
Matter of fact, hey, bro, listen.
Oh, he finna get real disrespectful right now.
Listen, bro. Dana Evans will cook Bronny James.
Now that's saying a lot, bro.
Dana Evans at 5'6" with that dribble would cook Bronny James.
Oh, I can't dismiss it though. I ain't dismissing it though.
Just saying, bro.
And she the trashiest player on the Chicago Sky right now.
No, that's Breonna Turner. Let's be
Breonna Turner. Okay. I gotta take what you say because you know you the OG of this shit. Chicago Sky.
But man, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Go support the WNBA, by the way. That game's on at about 20 minutes, man. But love you guys. Go Bulls. C-Red. Make sure you guys go over to Shy Bulls podcast with them Cognac boys, as well as they're getting close to 6.5 thousand subscribers over there. Well, I love that this has been the summer of Cognac boys, bro. I really do love it.
We've been trying to go. I appreciate you, big dog, man. We following the lead, man. You showing us the way, big dog.
Listen, I'm just ignorant, bro. That's all.
What the fuck? How you go there,
bro? When I just looked at it, bro, last week, just on Bull Central, last week, bro, 7 days, 13 videos. Nobody should be posting that much, bro.
Shit, bro. I think that's light for you. I've seen worse. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that was that one weekend. That was that 1 week with the Bears and free agency. That over on Bears Central. I think we did. What was it? 22 videos in 1 week.
22 videos in a week, bro. Yes, we have lives. Yes. We do.
Oh wait, no, we did get the super chat. My bad, bro. I pinned it and then I forgot. We did get the super chat. It says I like DJ, but I'm good on a team full of guards. Plus, we didn't keep Freeman Liberty. Don't keep DJ. Also, keep doing your thing, bro. You be on point. I appreciate that. I actually pinned it. You see how quick it was for me to get it up. I just. Whoa, that was a pause to me to bring it back. But no, I mean listen. No, I think you got to learn from your mistakes. You didn't keep Javon Freeman Liberty. So what? Like, it's a two-way contract. You're not bringing them on the actual NBA squad. I would rather have DJ Steward than freaking
Drell,
than Henry Drell or freaking Andrew Funk. Like,
yeah. He outplayed them guys. I think he deserved it. He played his way at least into the G League team to the Windy City Bulls for sure.
That's a fact.
He definitely did. Even though I don't like a lot of things from him, but you can't just hate on everything, bro. You can't hate on everything.
All right, man. Love you guys, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned in with us, man. You can follow us at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and or voicemail, number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, and we'll see